All right, so we're going to give you a little talk about ejection seats and how they came about. So sitting on top of this box is a 100-100 parachute. They call it that because you have to be 100 feet in the air and you have to be going at least 100 miles an hour. Less than that, you would jump out of the airplane, hit the ground, and then your parachute would open up on top of you, and that wouldn't work. So you had to be at least 100 feet and going 100 miles an hour. That wasn't the case all the time. So that was a problem. The other problem is you had to get rid of the canopy on the airplane and unhook and jump out. And when you jumped out, the airplanes used to go so fast that the tail would cut you right in half. And that wasn't fun for the guy that was jumping out of the airplane. So Martin Baker decided that they were going to come up with a seat that would jump up high enough to clear that tail. So they got a seat, and they got a person from the company that volunteered to sit in the seat. They welded a tube on the bottom and they put a stick of dynamite in the tube. They lit it, it went bang and jumped up in the air. But it didn't jump up high enough to clear the tail. So they put a bigger tube and a bigger stick of dynamite. And that same volunteer sat in the seat, they lit it, and it cleared the tail. And that was our first ejection seat. But then airplane manufacturers made planes go faster, and the tail started cutting people in half again. So they realized that they couldn't put a bigger stick of dynamite in the seat. That was just going to blow the seat up. So we needed to start using rockets. So under the seats now are rockets. There are flames in there that you can see. 2 rockets sometimes on each ejection seat. And these are the seats that have the rockets in them. They're called a 0-0 seat, which means you can be on the ground, going nowhere. The plane doesn't even have to be on. And when you grab the face curtain and pull it, this thing's going to take you 214 feet in the air. Your chute's going to get blown open. You'll get 1.5 swings and your feet will touch the ground. A fun ride, but it gets you out of the airplane. Now, the face curtain is not to protect your face. It's to get your arms in a proper position so that when you eject, you don't break your arms. There's also a blue lanyard down here. This blue lanyard has some straps attached to it. One strap goes around your ankle, the other below your knee. When you pull the face curtain to eject, it fires a cylinder, and that blue lanyard pulls your legs out from under the console so that your legs don't break. That technology is in everybody's car today. If there's a passenger in your car and you drop a pen on the ground, you can lean over and pick the pen back up off the floor. But if the driver hits a tree while the passenger's head is down there, the car knows that shouldn't be. And a gas cylinder in the side of your car is going to fire and yank that seatbelt cord back. It's going to pull the passenger back up in the seat, the airbag goes off, and your face goes in the airbag. And that technology is from this seat, from an F-4 Phantom from the Vietnam days, is why everybody's car saves more people's lives because of that technology. If you've been shot or your plane's got in a centrifugal force or spin and you can't reach up to grab the face curtain, there is a D-ring between your legs that you can pull, and that will also eject the seat out of the aircraft. If you have 2 people in a plane, front and back, the back seat must go first. With all that fire coming out from the rockets on the bottom of the seat, it would cook the guy in the back if the front seat went first. So the back seat goes, then the front seat goes. If you're in an airplane, you're breathing, you got a mask on, we're breathing oxygen, because you're above 15,000, 18,000 feet, there's no oxygen. So you have to breathe the oxygen that's on the plane. Well, if you eject, your oxygen's on the plane. You don't have any more oxygen. And that would be a bad thing. So we put a small container of oxygen, small cylinder, is in the seat so that you can breathe when you're coming down. At the museum here, we asked people, is oxygen dangerous? And for those that shook your head and said yes, do me a favor, please stop breathing. I don't want anybody to get hurt breathing oxygen. So I'll ask that question again, is oxygen dangerous? The answer is no. There's 21% oxygen in the air you're breathing. People think it blows up. Nope. It can help things burn, but it doesn't explode or anything like that. If you walk into a room that's 100% pure oxygen, and this is a candle, we're going to pretend, and that's the flame on the candle, the flame would get bigger, but that's all that's going to happen. It helps things burn. Now, it is very cold, so if you have oxygen, if you're working with it, you have to wear special shoes. If you have shoes with laces and the oxygen got between your foot and your shoe, it could freeze your foot almost instantly. So you have to wear a special shoe. It's called a LOX boot, and I have one on right here. It's very tight around my ankle so that nothing can get between my foot and my shoe. There's elastic, and if something does get in there, I can just kick the shoe off and it comes off. The oxygen will evaporate and everything will be fine. You also can't polish your shoes. Shoe polish and liquid oxygen will catch fire.
Hi, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like button and also subscribe to this channel. For more exclusive content about this museum, check in the description below where you will find the YouTube channel of the museum. Better yet, if you're in the area, go check out the museum. It's one thing to see it on YouTube, it's another thing to see it in person. Thanks for watching.